What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Cologne Podcast.
Here we are.
That's
Myke
and I'm
Ryan.
and we're just two
lovable idiots
from Texas exploring the world of fragrance and giving our uneducated opinion.
Yes, we're two best friends giving our uneducated opinion on the world of fragrance.
That's right.
Is it a Monday morning?
Oh, it's a manic Monday.
Just another manic Monday.
Which we found out Prince wrote that song.
Yeah, you did tell me that.
And then you told me he wrote
Nothing Compares to You, yeah.
That's right. I never knew that. And I was like, what all songs has Prince wrote? And then we started singing all the songs we could think of, but interjected Prince words into
Yeah, but instead of Purple Rain today, we're doing Blue Rain, Ryan. With YSL's Bleu Electrique.
That's right. Segway King does it again, folks.
Okay, let's see what C. Paisley 22 has to say on Fragrantica about it.
I'm prepared for everything, including death.
I'm not a hype. We should start giving them personalities when we read it.
We should.
And C. Paisley 22 writes, I'm not a hype kind of guy, but damn, this stuff is really good. Haven't worn it enough to fully judge performance yet, but the scent itself is definitely a throwback to the good old days. It's a mix of that OG batch and Frozen, I'd say.
Which one's Frozen? Was there a thing called Frozen in this?
I think there was like a La Nuit de l'Homme Frozen whatever.
Interesting. Also interesting was your voiceover work.
Oh, thanks, Ryan.
You haven't worked in radio before, have you?
I did for a short time.
Hey, let's go talk to Bob. Bob, what do you say?
Hey, what's going on, Bob? Hey, my name's Bob. Definitely not the same guy making a different voice. Yeah, I was the guy who went and got coffees, Ryan.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
nice.
and filled out affidavits.
And now you drink the coffees.
That's right. If you go and buy us one at buymeacoffee.com/Cologne podcast.
Yeah, anything you buy there goes right back into the podcast with hosting or getting decants, stuff like that.
This feels like a Monday episode, doesn't it?
It's going to be a Monday, folks. And we're here. We're going to take this shot for you.
That's right. Hopefully our shitty Monday turns your Monday into a fantastical, great Monday. The land of magic.
They're like, man, these guys fucking suck. Let's fucking hit the button.
Yeah. Okay, we're switching it over. We're listening to Scent Geeks now. All right, before we get into Bleu Electrique, we've got to first take a look back at spending a long, beautiful night with Mr. Tom Ford and Ombre Leather Parfum.
Hit the music, Todd.
Yeah. One night stand review.
Well, Ryan, after spending the night with the most beautiful man on earth, Tom Ford, tell me what you think about Ombre Leather Parfum.
Well, this isn't my first time walking out the front door with my clothes and shoes in my hands. This will be our fourth time.
The fourth night stand with Mr. Tom Ford. Never a disappointment.
It's a pretty good fragrance, man. I really like it. And I got my wife to smell it, and she really digged it. I mean, she really did. It's definitely more wearable, I would say.
We did that episode, and then I went and met with my barber, Forbes. We got to eventually get him on the show because the dude is a man who knows a thing or two about men's grooming. But I pulled him a little 5 ml decant out. And so after I got my edge up, we spray it on and he's kind of vibing it. One of the ladies that worked at the salon came over. She was smelling it. And she's like, oh, yeah, leather's really my scent. I love it. She was kind of vibing it. And, you know, we had said it's more of a toned down, more wearable version of a leather.
Yeah.
And he kind of agreed. She kind of agreed. And at that time, I still had Ombre Leather EDP.
The original.
The original and the Parfum on me. And I'm going to say, I don't know that it lasted much longer than the original EDP. Either that or the EDP has some really long staying power, which, I mean, it does have pretty good performance out of it. I think the funny thing is, the more I wore the EDP, the more I realized I actually like that more than the Parfum.
You like the EDP more than the Parfum?
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah. Man, I don't want to speak too much of longevity because I didn't really, other than just let my wife smell it when I got to the house. And it was on for a pretty good while. Unfortunately, I didn't pay enough attention like I should when running a business like this. But I will say things that I still like about the EDP is that for me, and Mike knows this because he's been around me enough, I'm the guy who I can wear some pretty stuff, but I really prefer to have gritty, masculine, punchy stuff.
He's compensating.
Yeah, definitely undercompensating. Undercompensating the fact that I don't smell bad naturally.
That's right. Well, yeah, I like the Parfum. Here's what I wish. I wish that I had a 100 mil of the EDP and a 50 of the Parfum, but it's flipped. I've got a 50 mil of the EDP, 100 mil of the Parfum.
I don't think that's bad though, because honestly, for me, I think it's a less polarizing smell, which however you want to be in life, you know? So I think more people would probably honestly enjoy smelling the Parfum.
Yeah. And I love the way the Parfum smells on like the strip or clothes, you know? So I think wearing it, it'd be just like I said last episode. You spray it on, you wear that throughout the day. You're about to go get nasty in the evening. You spray the EDP on and do some dirty work.
Well, there you go. After Mike spent a day with his barber getting his underregions manscaped.
He doesn't do that yet.
He's not Brazilian waxing you yet?
Not yet.
Or are you just not comfortable enough to do that with him?
I think we're comfortable enough to where
you can have your feet up in stirrups and he can wax the edges.
Maybe so. I know he's going to listen to this episode. So, Forbes, consider what you would charge for a decent manscaping. Once you figure that out, just email me, thecolonepodcast@gmail.com. Let me know, Forbes, what you think about that. And Mr. or Miss Listener,
yes,
if you want to get your hands on Ombre Leather Parfum, you could have a chance to get it for free.
That's right.
If you send us an email at thecolonepodcast@gmail.com, because every Friday we select a winner from the emails, gets a $20 gift card to myfragrancesamples.com, and Mark Mobley has it on the site.
Just added it.
Boom. New release. You're going to get it. Shoot us an email, thecolonepodcast@gmail.com. And now, Ryan, on to our scent of the day, La Nuit de l'Homme, Bleu Electrique.
All right. Let's do it. So we pulled 30 mil of this. We bought a 60 mil of it. We pulled 30 mils out so that he could have 30 and I could have 30.
We went in halvesies when YSL was doing a deal.
Yeah. I think we ended up getting it for like, what, $45 or something like that. Wasn't a bad deal. 45 or $50. I can't remember.
Should we go ahead and spray the old La Nuit de l'Homme?
Yeah, on us. And
yeah, just so we can feel it dry down at the same time.
Yeah. I will tell y'all right off the bat, the Bleu Electrique is what they say it is. It's loud. It smells almost identical. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. And my nose isn't the most intelligent nose on planet Earth, but it almost feels like the original EDT has like some sort of, it's more floral, or it's not as spicy.
Yeah.
There's something going on there that I can smell the difference. I can't articulate the difference, but I can smell the difference.
Yeah, it's very, very subtle. Even though we haven't done the episode yet, we talked about doing it one time. We need to do it, but we have smelled the Eau de Parfum and the Parfum version of this. Not Bleu Electrique, but the original DNA of this.
Right, yeah. We have the Parfum and the EDP as well.
And to me, those are absolute garbage.
They're not garbage, but they're definitely not as good as the EDT. And we're going to be doing that fragrance philosophy episode because we've kind of run into this with a few different fragrances.
Yeah.
When you smell the EDT, the EDP, and then the Parfum, it does something different just by adding the different concentrations. So it's kind of like sometimes too much of a good thing is a bad thing.
I'm just going to be honest with you guys. It's so close. It's hard to tell the difference other than one seems to be a little bit louder, and that is the Bleu Electrique to me.
And a little more spicy.
Possibly. It's like a sea hair difference.
Back to back, it doesn't feel like that. Back to back, I notice a definite contrast.
It is hard for me.
But if you were wearing this and I walked up to you, I would just say, hey, you're wearing La Nuit de l'Homme.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it is so close.
Yeah.
And I can't 100% commit to if it's crazy different. But, I mean, there is a difference. It's just so subtle. So it's even more subtle than the Tom Ford shit we just smelled.
Sure.
The difference between those two.
Well, yeah. I mean, but there was a pretty good difference between those. This, honestly, they're both EDT concentrations.
Yeah.
This kind of feels like when a band re-releases after years, like a best of, album.
Yeah, it's like remastered or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like Garth Brooks keeps doing. He doesn't really come out with new music, but he comes out with a new greatest hits album every so often.
They are some good hits, though.
Boy, I could listen to them every day.
One thing, just to get off the subject of the scent for just a split second.
Okay.
We get the bottle, and of course it is blue. You'll see it's Bleu Electrique or whatever when you get these.
You would think it's the bottle being blue.
Yeah, that's what we thought.
So, yeah, we pulled out 30 mil, and then you look, and there's just a vignette on the bottle. There's like a gradient.
Yeah.
And it's clear. So the blue that you're seeing is just from the juice, which is a little concerning.
Yeah, we don't know.
If you're going to spray it on your clothes.
Yeah, we don't know 100% if it's going to stain your clothes, but that definitely is concerning because it is blue as shit.
I can definitely see it on the strip.
Really? Yeah, I guess you can, just a hair there. So take that with a grain of salt. Do your own research, people.
I will say on the skin, there's not a noticeable difference in loudness, but on the paper, there definitely is.
Yeah, I agree. Man, it's huge on the paper. I guess that's what I was running into was saying, like, they're so crazy similar, it's hard to tell the difference. On the paper, definitely it's louder, the Bleu Electrique is. So, a little history with the original La Nuit de l'Homme came out in 2009, Myke. Did you know that?
I did know that. Single greatest year of my life.
The year Michael Jackson died.
Well, never mind. Worst year of my life. King of pop.
Yeah, it was a
R.I.P.
pretty bad year. Yeah, I mean, you think 2009, country was still recovering from a recession that happened in 2007, the housing market crisis in 2008. Then here comes YSL to lend us a hand.
To make everything better.
And then Michael Jackson died a few months later. But people still remember the fragrance.
Where is this going?
Myke told me to do some research, people.
I didn't expect him to throw obituaries into it. Good Lord. I was like, man, just give us a little bit of history on the fragrance. He's over here going, you know who else died? I had a dog named Shadow in a 1997 Toyota Corolla came crashing into my world and Shadow from...
Okay. This thing is trending hard.
Yeah.
And for good reasons, because it is louder. I don't have any experience with the original 2009 formulations and all that crap.
Yeah, so let's say this. If the original La Nuit de l'Homme is a level 7 on your speakers,
yeah,
this is like a 7.5.
Dang, you only think that much more,
I think it's just a little whoop.
I hate to say it, but, and trust me, I hate to say this shit. I think Myke might be right.
Yeah, it's not that much louder. And I want emails from you guys. If you're listening right now, you hadn't tuned out after Ryan rained on our parade over here with deaths and all this other nonsense. Dude, Mondays are hard enough already. Email us. Do you guys even care about this whole batch conversation? Are you guys out there going, man, I remember the good old days. Bought a brand new bottle, 2009, La Nuit de l'Homme. I wore it out. First date with my what's soon to be future wife. Or are you going, I just picked this up last year. It still smells great to me. I don't know.
I'll have to say my piece about it real quick.
Yep. Hold on. Let me sit back for this one. It's going to be a while, guys. Go ahead, Ryan. I'm ready.
This guy's leaned back with his cell phone in his hand.
No, I'm listening. Keep going.
Yeah. Now that we've been in this for a minute now and we've been kind of experiencing things, I personally, now that I know that reformulations kind of happen over time, I didn't ever think about that when I used to purchase fragrances back in the day. So I would say, I think we're going to get emails where people are like, man, yeah, now that I know that they do that kind of shit now, I want to have some original juice. You know, I want to smell just as amazing as when I first remember it.
I don't know how I feel about it. I'm like so obsessive about things. I think that if I let myself give into that, I would be staring at the juice in the bottle going, oh my God, I only got 97% of this juice left. I wouldn't wear it as much. I wouldn't enjoy it because I'd be so worried about what happens. They're going to reformulate it. It's going to be blah, 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 you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like buying the best cut of steak you've ever seen and then not wanting to cook it because you're afraid to eat it and not get and not be able to have it again.
That's a good point. Well, don't worry about writing this in because Mike just solved it all. So
No, it's not that. I mean, there's some people that you may have a windfall of money come your way and go, I'm going to buy 3 bottles and only use 2 of them and hold 1 back. You know,
Yeah.
Some people look at this as an investment type thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Never touch the bottle or, you know, hold it back, still in the cellophane. I'm going to cash in on this unicorn one day. My 2011 Aventus batch that I've never smelled because I didn't open it, but everyone tells me it's great. I don't know. For me, I'm kind of like, you get it. You want to live in the moment. You want to enjoy it. It's one of those things that I would have more fun talking with my friends about how we used to enjoy something as opposed to being that one guy that goes, hey, I still got it wrapped up in the garage. You guys want to come take a look? But never actually living it out, enjoying it and going, you know what? Yeah, those batches were great. But guess what? There's a million fragrances that come out every year. I'm sure I can find another one that smells great for this year.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. That's our spill. So I want to know, who the hell is wearing this, Mike?
It's kind of a dark and stormy night, Ryan. I can hear it. Can you?
Oh, yeah, I do hear it.
Yeah. A man is putting on lightly colored blue jeans.
Okay.
He's got a brown belt. He slowly slides it through each. What are those things called?
Belt loops.
I don't ever wear belts.
Apparently you don't. What are those mysterious loops that hang from the appendages of jeans?
My pants are always too tight as it is. Okay, let's get back into it. He slides his brown belt
through his mythical loops.
Yes. Through those beautifully crafted belt loops on the side of his light blue jeans. He slides on a nice fitting white cotton shirt.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
A little casual. Okay.
Going a little more casual. But he's got a nice leather jacket.
Okay.
He puts it on.
Are you describing the kid from Major Payne right now?
He's got a moppy blonde hair. And he goes, yes, sir, Captain, sir, hey, sir.
Oh, God.
His dad walks up. He says, you better salute me.
His dad is Michael Ironside.
Oh, man. I was going to try to get to the point and take him to a hot tub where 18-year-old women are drinking underage and smoking cigarettes. And
oh, God, that would have been right up my alley.
I know. That's where I was trying to describe you, Ryan.
Well, I did have moppy blonde hair back in the day.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah, you know what? It still has that smell to me. And
yeah.
I don't know if anybody hasn't listened to the original La Nuit de l'Homme episodes we did. When we first smelled this, we were in the car because we went into Dillard's and smelled it, you know.
Yeah.
The original DNA of this before Bleu Electrique came out.
That's
I
right.
was like, man, this reminds me of older women when I was younger, when they would sit in a hot tub and they would like smoke cigarettes and drink a beer. Like that's what it kind of has, that smell. And I know that doesn't sound sexy, but man, this shit's so sexy to me.
I've heard 100 stories about Ryan enjoying hot tubs with women smoking and drinking, and I don't know what to think about your youth, Ryan.
Dude, they were like 50-year-old women, probably. I don't know.
Oh, I think I misheard it then. I thought you were saying like underage kids getting together.
No. Older women.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, there is a little bit of ginger in this from what the notes say.
Yeah, and the only difference on the note, by the way, that we don't really care, but geranium, I can't smell a difference in anything, though. That's the only note difference.
Yeah, again, we're not note aficionados by any stretch of the imagination, so we're not going to really notice a difference. To me, on the skin, I can not as noticeable as on the card.
Yeah, the card's louder, but they smell the same.
Let's get straight into this, Ryan.
Okay.
Are you going to skip it?
Sample it?
Buy it?
What are you going to do?
Well, I mean, I went in halvesies with you on it already. But I'm going to be real with you. I'm glad we didn't pull the trigger on 100 mil.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy.
It's nothing that the original La Nuit de l'Homme doesn't offer me. And I've got like probably 90 mil left.
Shit, more than that. I'm looking at it. Dude, you got like 98 mil of that.
No, because I've already pulled out 10 mil of this already.
Damn, it has that much left?
Yeah.
Looks like it's filled to the brim.
I know it.
God, I like not that it matters, but the bottle looks better to me with that regular clear juice versus this 2000 flushes shit.
That's pretty good. Ryan doesn't normally get me, but that one got me. The big turnoff to me is honestly the blue juice.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either.
It's looking like Kool-Aid, man, about to drop that blueberry elbow on us. I just know which, by the way, first of all, I'm a bigger gentleman. I'm not wearing light colored clothing, so I'm not super worried about it, but
yeah,
at the same time.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm glad we went halvesies on a 60 mil. But once it's gone, it's probably gone.
Yeah.
But it is a little bit louder, I have to agree. But part of it, I still kind of like the original DNA. It feels maybe a hair smoother, the original DNA to me, because since the other one's just a little bit brighter, I guess that gives a little bit more edge to it. I don't know.
Up front,
yeah.
I mean, I'm smelling my skin right now, and yes, the Bleu Electrique is louder on the skin. I bet there's going to be a noticeable difference in like 45 minutes on the skin between the two. I just don't know if you've already bought a bottle of the original.
You're safe.
I just don't think it's worth. Now, when you finish that bottle, you may consider getting Bleu Electrique because they smell very similar. And if you're going to get a little bit more performance out of it, go ahead. A good way to see would be to go to myfragrancesamples.com, Ryan, and get you a 5 ml sample of Bleu Electrique.
That is correct. They have it there.
They do. And it's new and it's blue, baby.
All right. That is today's episode of the Cologne podcast, a Monday morning one.
So we're going to say sample it, right? Just to give the definitive answer. I'm saying go to myfragrancesamples.com, get you a sample of it, try it out.
I agree. Sample it.
But if you already own a bottle, you're probably not missing much.
And you probably just sample it just so you can scratch that itch. But, at the same time, I can see it's a little bit louder to me. I don't know. I have to give it a little bit more road testing. Of course, we have 30 mil each to really wear this shit out.
Yeah.
So
here's what I'd say. You loved the original movie. The director's cut came out. The Snyder cut came out.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
That's a really smart analogy. Sometimes you don't do good on those, but you did pretty good just now.
I'm not sure how to feel about that. It's a little backhanded compliment. And let me tell you, he goes thick with the backhand when he's throwing a compliment my way. So,
oh, good Lord.
Okay. If you enjoyed this episode, you want to help the podcast out and help yourself out, shoot us an email, thecolognepodcast@gmail.com. Let us know. This is what we think about EDPs, parfums, extracts, elixirs, blah, blah, blah. Let us know about that. Give us your compliment stories. We want to hear from you about your compliment story.
Or any other story.
Yeah.
You just want to write to tell us you love me or you hate Myke. You can do that.
Ryan's been getting a ton of love in the email lately. It's a little bit irritating. I see him intercept the emails now.
I'm like looking. We share the same email account, obviously, but when because Myke is super fast, like I'll get a notification and my notification bar will show an email come in and immediately it disappears because Myke has already opened it and read it. I'm like, that
And now he's like, hey, it's me, Ryan, your favorite one, the one you think is funnier. But the truth is, he's not funnier. He saves all his material and tries to throw it here on the podcast. But normal day-to-day stuff, very slow.
I practice all week with a group of people. I just read all the stuff I'm going to throw out there to Myke.
Yeah.
All right.
But hit us with that. Hit us with your thoughts on the batch code conversation, because I'm curious. Do you guys even really care? Is this something we need to hunt down? Are you clamoring to know what an original batch from 2009 smells like against this? Or is it like, it's going to be impossible to get my hands on it anyways? We don't give a fun time about it.
I might even venture to say if somebody's got an old original batch before they start reformulating it, hit us up. Maybe we can get a little decant for you, purchase it or something, give you a little something.
Word.
I don't know.
Later this week, Ryan. Wednesday. What are we going to do? I'll give you a hint. It's a little scandalous.
Oh, yeah. We're doing Jean Paul Gaultier's Scandal.
There we go. Ryan, always on top of it. Thank God, one of us. And then Friday, Luna Rosa Ocean.
That's right, Luna Rosa Ocean. And guess what? That's by Prada, and we're going to be giving out a couple of samples of that bad boy, too.
Yeah.
From Mike's very own bottle.
That's right. I got a couple bottles, and here's the deal. If you've been sending in emails, we're building relationships with some of you guys, and we're surprising you. Okay?
God, what kind of relationships are we building with people?
Well, late at night, apparently somebody's in their 300 thread count. God, this email, I'm reading back some of these emails Ryan's sending out, and they're slightly pornographic. Good thing that 89% of our listeners are male, because I don't have to speak to HR about this, Ryan.
All right, folks, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Spotify, whatever you want. We're out there. Hit the like buttons.
We love you. And until next time, spray it up, y'all.